Hey, Fandom, we're here. It's the Summer Series tournament. I believe this is the first match of the tournament, right, Nick?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. First match of the tournament. This is totally the first one we're filming too, guys. It's insane. We've been looking forward to the tournament. I'm very excited. We're finally in it. 32 seeds. Lots of people playing today. We got the 16 seed and the 17 seed. It's going to be literally, we've got the closest matchup of the seeds here today. I am Brzakala, on the desk with me, Mr. Nick TWOHIG. Nick, how are you?
Doing well. I'm excited. These are also the only two debut players from this season playing each other in the first round. So that's another exciting thing to think about.
That is true. We had both Garth and Matthew, who are playing today, debut earlier in the season. They both won their debut matches. Matthew winning against Mr. Andrew Barr, and Garth winning against Bridget, I believe. Yes, Bridget. So both of those were good matches that kind of went down to the wire. So it's going to be interesting to see how this goes today with the two of them. What do you think about the match, Nick?
Yeah, no, I'm excited. I think they showed in their debut matches that they're at similar skill levels. So maybe a bad wheel spin could determine this, or maybe it could go into sudden death. Who knows? Really exciting.
We'll see what happens, but let's get into it right now with promos.
Hey there. I'm back again and currently undefeated. So let's keep that up. Let's see what I can do here today. And there can be only one winner. And hopefully I'm that winner. Let's do this.
Hello, we're here. I'm not Kaleb Koho. He was busy today, so I am stepping in and filling in the managerial duties. We've got Matthew Chen here. Matthew beating the hack, fraud, charlatan Andrew Barr in his debut match. But no, Matthew, I think, did really well in his first match. He showed us what he can do, and from what he told me, he's been working hard. He's been studying and doing what he can to improve. So hopefully this goes well. Matthew, how are you feeling?
Yeah, no, I'm feeling great. I'm super excited to be in the tournament. And so, yeah, let's just put up a good match.
Yeah, absolutely. Put up a good match. Good luck to Garth. Hopefully better luck to us. Manners maketh man. Let's do this.
Nick, I think legally on paper, we have to disagree with the Kingsmen on most things, but I will say this. I've never agreed with Cameron Holtzman more than when he called Andrew Barr a hack. What did you think of the promos?
Garth had a sword, and Matthew didn't. I wonder if that'll play in to the match.
It might. We'll see what happens as we get into round number one. It's going to work like this. 10 questions from 10 random categories in the round. Fandom fights. Each question is worth 1 point a piece. If you get all 10 questions correct, you will be issued a bonus question. 3 repeats and a challenge rule for both of you guys. Any questions? Pretend you're Zach. Yes, you're right. Correct. That is correct, but no points. Any questions as we get into round number one? All right, Nick.
All right.
Question one.
The first question comes in the category of YA dystopia. In the Hunger Games Catching Fire, President Snow visits Katniss at her home and tells her that she needs to convince him of what?
What was the last thing you had to convince someone?
I had to convince them that Three Musketeers were better than Milky Ways because they were like, but it's got caramel. And I was like, yeah, that kind of makes it a little bit worse.
I agree with you.
Correct.
I like both, but Three Musketeers slap. 5.
Indeed. 4. Nothing wrong with caramel. Yeah.
Pen down. Let's start with Garth.
Her loyalty to him.
And Matthew.
I don't know. I just put she's pregnant.
Both incorrect. We are looking for that her and PETA are in love. But there is love in the air. We are going to move on to the next question, which is in horror icons. Which Halloween film features a druid-like cult and a finale in a sanitarium?
This is a great question that you wrote, Tim.
We're going to argue about this forever, but I did not write this question. Kaleb Koho did not write this question.
I didn't write it either.
You didn't write this question. So either
We need the subtitle.
Yes. You need the subtitle, yeah.
So someone wrote this question. It wasn't me. 5, 4,
I didn't do it.
2, 1. Pens down. Let's start with Matthew.
Halloween 3, Season of the Witch.
And Matthew.
Garth.
And Matthew?
I'm sorry, Garth. Jesus.
I went Halloween 4, Witch's Curse. I knew it was something with witches.
Both are actually incorrect. It was Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers, aka Halloween 6.
Your next question comes in the category of the MCU. In Doctor Strange, Strange first uses the Time Stone to manipulate what type of food?
I did write this question.
Well, it's not
unlike
as good.
the last one, which I didn't write.
I prefer the last one.
Because you wrote it?
No, it's just a better written question by Mr. Brzakala.
Stop it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Garth, let's start with you.
Don't fight daddy and mommy.
And Matthew.
An apple.
Both are correct. All right, what's next? Or is it me? Jesus, I'm losing my fucking mind today. Guys, first match of the tournament. We're rocking. All right, guys, your next question is in DreamWorks. What is the name of the kingdom that Fiona's parents rule over in Shrek 2? Also known as the best Shrek movie.
I prefer the first. How do you think DreamWorks got their name?
I don't know, but
probably came to him in a dream.
I was thinking something like that, or maybe while
don't
at work.
always work. 5.
Yeah, maybe they were at work and they were daydreaming.
1. Pens down. Matthew, let's start with you.
Far, far away.
And Garth.
He's right. I went Neverland.
Far, far away is correct. So Matthew takes the 1-point lead as we get into the next question.
The next question is in the category of James Bond. What James Bond actor has played Bond the most times in Eon Bond films?
So obviously we can't name any actors here, but if you could play or you could be in either a James Bond movie or a Mission Impossible movie, which one would you rather be in?
Oh, I get to pick one?
Yeah.
Oh, like, can I retroactively like put myself in an old one?
Sure.
Then I would do that.
5, 4. Which franchise? 3.
Well, the one that has older ones, Bond.
They both have old ones. Let's go to Garth.
Roger Moore.
And Matthew.
Mine said Daniel Craig.
Roger Moore is correct. So Garth ties it up 2-2. As we get into the next question, which is in the category of Planet of the Apes. In 1968's Planet of the Apes, Taylor is shot, causing him to be unable to do what?
Would you rather be in a Planet of the Apes movie or an Avatar sequel? Because they're similar.
Avatar sequel.
But then you won't know if you ever come out.
That's fair. 5,
Perfect.
3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's start with Matthew.
I spelled lock.
And Garth.
He can't speak.
Garth is correct. Speak is correct. So Garth takes the 1-point lead now.
Your next question comes in the category of Disney live action. Which Disney live action film is about 2 dogs and a cat who go on a journey through the California wilderness looking for home?
Favorite pet you've ever owned? Go.
Turtle, Rocket. Turtle named Rocket.
I was like, what's a turtle rocket? I want one.
Rocket the turtle.
Was it named after a famous Marvel character?
No, he was named after the fact that my mom thought he was a rock and almost kicked him in the street and then brought him home to live with us.
1. Pens down. Matthew.
I didn't know.
And Garth.
Homeward Bound.
Garth is correct. Homeward Bound is the correct answer. The next question is in the category of, if I can find it, Worlds of DC. In Wonder Woman 1984, in what location do Diana and Barbara fight each other for the first time? We've talked about it a lot in the future, but now we're kind of like in the past somehow. So I'm just going to say it here. I don't like this movie.
No,
not a fan.
Garth really doesn't like it.
You're going to hear me talk about it more in the future.
Yeah, I'm one of the few defenders who got retweeted by Pat.
I know Garth likes it.
One, pens down. Let's start with Garth.
The White House.
And Matthew.
It's in a museum.
White House is correct. So Garth goes up another point. It's now 5-2 as we get into the next one.
The next question is in Disney animation. Who voices Rapunzel in Tangled?
So Garth was retweeted by Patty Jenkins. Have you ever been retweeted by a famous director?
I don't have a Twitter. One time I yelled something, though, and then Quentin Tarantino was like, hey, everyone, Nick said this.
Nice. So he re-yelled you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice. 5, 4.
Oh.
Oh, Quentin, I say hi. 2.
I will.
1. Pens down. Matthew.
Many more.
And Garth.
I couldn't think of it, so I went Emma Stone.
Matthew is correct. It is Mandy Moore. As we get into the final question, which is in Marvel. In Men in Black 2, Laura, who is secretly the light of Zartha, works at what type of establishment?
Are you secretly the light of a faraway place?
If by faraway place you mean like the Burger King down the road, yeah, they light up when they see me because they know I'm going to spend, $50 every time I'm there. But
gotcha.
Yeah.
I miss their chicken fries.
5. I think they still have them. 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm like fairly confident in that. Matthew.
A bar. I don't know.
And Garth.
I went with Pizza Parlor.
That is correct. So at the end of round number 1, Garth is up 6-3. Is that what you have, Nicholas?
That's what I have.
All right. So we are going to get into round number 2. It's the wheel round. Everybody's favorite round. Here's how it's going to go. We're going to bring up the wheel from wheeldecide.com. Each player is going to have a chance to spin the wheel. If they like what they spin the first time, they can keep it, or they can choose to spin again, but they have to keep whatever they spin the second time. You will get 5 questions worth 2 points apiece. Unless you decide to go to multiple choice, then it will be worth only 1 point. And should you get any questions wrong in this round, well, guys, look the fuck out. Stealing's available. So please be careful before you spit out an answer. The categories on the wheel today are MCU, Wizarding World, Marvel, Horror Icons, Pixar, Planet of the Apes, Disney Animation, and Disney Live Action. So, Garth, you are in the lead. Would you like to spin first or defer to Matthew?
I'll go first.
All right, so this is going to be the spin for Mr. Garth. And it ever so lightly lands on the Wizarding World. Would you like to keep that or spin again?
I would like to spin again.
All right, so this is going to be what you are stuck with. And it lands on Spinner's Choice.
Ooh.
Do you need the categories again?
No, I think I'll go with MCU, please.
All right, Nick, would you like to give Garth his questions in the category of the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
I would be delighted. Garth, are you prepared for your questions in the category of the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
Sure thing.
All right. Your first question. Who plays Maria Hill in the MCU?
Five, 4, 3.
I hate to go multiple, but I'm going multiple.
All right. Your multiple choice options are: is it A, Kobe Smulders, B, Kristen Milioti, C, Claudia Kim, D, Kat Dennings?
Kobe Smulders. I have trouble with her last name.
That is correct for 1 point. Your second question. In Avengers Age of Ultron, who is the second person to try and lift Thor's hammer after the party?
So that's I'm going to go with Hawkeye.
That is incorrect. Matthew, chance for a 2-point steal.
Tony Stark.
That is correct for a 2-point steal. All right, Garth, your third question. What is the first name of Hope's mother and Hank's wife, who is rescued in Ant-Man and the Wasp?
Janet Van Dyne.
That is correct for 2 points. Your fourth question. In Spider-Man Homecoming, what school group does Peter travel with to D.C.?
The debate team.
That is incorrect. Matthew, chance for a 2-point steal.
The academic decathlon.
That is correct for another 2
Oh.
All right, and Garth, your final question. What is the name of the small military group led by Cap in Captain America: The First Avenger?
The Howling Commandos.
That is correct for 2 points.
Shoot.
All right, so Garth gets a total up to 11.
Yep.
But with those steals, Matthew gets up to 7.
Correct.
All right, so we'll bring in Mr. Holzman and the wheel for the spin for Matthew.
All right. What do we got?
And it lands on Marvel. Would you like to keep it or spin again?
I know this is one of the ones who we're kind of on the fence about. You're only down by 4, so you've made up some ground. You've got some wiggle room. So do we want to try and spin again for something better?
Yeah, I think we can spin again.
All right. Yeah. We'll
All right.
spin it.
This is what you are stuck with. And it also lands on Spinner's Choice.
Okay.
We want Pixar, right?
Pixar.
Yep.
Pixar. And then before we start, let me just get the door for my dog.
Okay, sounds good.
Squirrel.
All right. All right, Matthew, are you ready for your questions in Pixar?
Yes.
Your first question. What is the first name of the boy Violet likes in the Incredibles films?
Tony.
That is correct. For 2 points. Your second question. What does Miguel need in order to return to the land of the living in Coco? And we are looking for a specific answer.
A family blessing given to him with a pedal.
That is correct for 2 points. And a tie game. Your third question. At the start of Brave, what does 6-year-old Merida get for her birthday from her father?
A bow.
I think we can accept that for 2 points.
I don't have a manager to help challenge, but so you are accepting just bow, not bow and arrows?
That is the ruling on the field. Yeah, we are just going to accept bow. Yeah. Okay, so no challenge?
No, because I'd lose it.
Okay. All right. So your next question, Matthew. In Toy Story 2, which toy gets their foot stuck in gum when crossing the street under the cones?
Multiple choice.
All right, your options are A, Slinky, B, Buzz, C, Rex, D, Potato Head.
D.
That is correct for 1 point. And your final question. What MCU actress voices Dorothea, a jazz musician whose band Joe tries out for in Soul?
Angela Bassett.
That is correct for 2 points. All right, so at the end of round number 2, Matthew gets his total up to, I have 16.
Yep.
To 11. So it is a 5-point game as we go into round number 3. This is truly everyone's favorite round. It is the betting round. So we're going to say a category. The players are going to have to decide whether they want to bet 0, 1, or 2. If they get the question right, they will gain the points they bet. If they get the question wrong, they will lose those points. We will play until someone is mathematically eliminated or the score reaches 0. Any questions? Okay, the first category that points on is Mission Impossible.
How are you feeling about this one? Are you thinking Forrest Gump? Or are you
I'm thinking Forrest.
Yeah. Sounds good. Go for it.
All right, we both good?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's start with Garth. How many points?
Just the one.
And Matthew.
A little bit 0.
All right. The question in Mission Impossible. Which Mission Impossible film features an arms dealer named Max?
Have you ever been in need of arms because you didn't have any, so you had to go to a dealer and get some arms?
I mean, yes and no.
We just need subtitles for this, right?
We need the title of the film. Yeah.
Sometimes I've needed like
5,
leg dealer.
4, 3. What? 1. Pens down. Matthew, we'll start with you because you bet 0.
Just Mission Impossible 2.
And Garth.
One with Ghost Protocol.
Both incorrect. We were looking for the first one, Mission Impossible. The OG, as they say. So Garth will go down 1 point. It's now a 6-point game as we get into the next category, which is what, Nick?
The next category is Fandom quotes.
Is what?
Fandom quotes.
So this could kind of come from anywhere.
Yeah.
Is the lovely bag of fandom quotes. I'm thinking maybe bet Toy Story on this. We've got 6 points to play with, so I think Toy Story gives us some room to work still afterwards.
I can do that.
All right, let's get bets starting with Garth.
0.
All right, and Matthew.
A little bit 0.
Nick, stats only, just for you. What's the
All right, question. Which YA actress said the quote, "Tomorrow we may have to fight again, but for now we'll ride the train to the end of the line, and then we'll jump"? You know, Tim. Oh, would you like to go ahead?
It's up to you. I have a sassy comment, not a joke.
Please.
I was just gonna say I appreciate all the fun codes that everybody gets, but I hate it when it's. So we got 6 points to play with. You wanna go Toy Story and play it safe? It's like, why have a code then? Why Ultimate? You just told us what
that means.
What do you do?
That possibly mean?
Bet it all. Bet Edge of Tomorrow.
Are they betting 5? What?
Matthew.
I just Shailene Woodley.
And Garth.
I went with Jennifer Lawrence.
Shailene Woodley is correct. We'll get into the next question, which is in the category of Middle Earth, the Earths that are middle.
For the record, I didn't say let's play it safe. I said
I
said we'll have some room to work with. So at this point, Garth has to bet 2 and hit all 3. Mm-hmm. We only need 1 point up to win.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
How? Tell me a film to judge how you're feeling.
I'll go with Shawshank Redemption.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, we're good.
Tim's very happy, or Nick's very happy we mentioned Shawshank.
Big fan.
Garth, let's start with you. How many points?
He was correct that I have to start betting. Can't go keeping saying 0, so 2.
And Matthew.
0.
All right. Here is the Nick is mad that Shawshank means 0. All right, here's the question. What type of location are the 4 hobbits in when Sam goes to talk to Rosie Cotton after they return from their journey in The Return of the King?
What type of location?
I love this movie, man. Like, so much.
Well, I'm going to make it worth 0 points. So how about that?
It's fair. You could do that. Should we create a code just for you and me, like when we're like hosting?
Oh, sure. Pineapple.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to Garth first.
I think this is the end of the match, if I'm wrong.
And Matthew.
I don't know. I just put the Shire.
All right, so that is incorrect on both accounts. We were looking for a bar, specifically the Green Dragon is where it is.
Oh, I thought that was I would like to challenge. I thought the Green Dragon was also an inn.
All right, well, then that is going to be a challenge from Garth. We will be right back after the challenge. All right, we're back from the challenge. Here's the rub. The Green Dragon, according to the wiki of the films and all of the stuff that we searched, is an inn, but it's never explicitly said in the movie. We never see anybody staying at the Green Dragon in the movie. Lots of gray area there. So what we are doing is throwing out the question, giving a new question in Middle-earth. The bets are still locked. Matthew has bet 0. Garth has bet 2. We will ask a new question. So Garth stays at 10 points. It is still a 6-point game in this third question. The new question in the category of Middle-earth for you guys is, in The Hobbit, The Desolation of Smaug, how specifically do the dwarves enter Bard's home? But the only drink for the brave and true comes from that green dragon or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't like that scene in the extended, but I love it in the theater.
In the extended, it's weird because Pippin's like, Gandalf?
Yeah, he like stops. Yeah, I agree. 5. I'm glad we're on the same page there. 3,
Yeah.
2, 1. Pens down, and we will start with Matthew.
I just guessed they break down the door.
And Garth.
I think they went through the sewer system.
I would accept that. Yes, that's correct. So Garth goes up to 12. And Matthew betting 0 stays at 16. Nick, what's the next category?
The next category you can bet points on is Fandom Oscars.
Psycho?
Yeah, okay. I think that's good.
Psycho. But the Gus Van Sant version, if that helps.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yikes. All right, let's get bet starting with Matthew.
I'm going to go 0.
And Garth.
let's just go 1 because I'm not great at this.
Okay. Nick, what is the question?
The question in Fandom Oscars. What was the last Bond film nominated for 0 Oscars? Tim, you know what makes me angry? Is the fact that Gus Van Sant's Psycho and The Shawshank Redemption were just put in the same conversation. Both being at 0 points.
That's fair. That's fair.
That,
Correct me if I'm wrong, Nick, but if Garth misses this, that is game.
correct.
5.
I'll take a repeat.
All right.
Question again. What was the last Bond film to be nominated for 0 Oscars? Is that Garth's first read?
Yes.
Okay.
Not a lot. No repeats in this match up until now.
Correct.
It's crazy.
No Pete's either. You're Tim and I'm Nick and Garth. Man, no Pete's.
Yep. None. Not even a 1. 5. 4.
I'll earn one more repeat.
All right.
Question again. What was the last Bond film nominated for 0 Oscars?
The word Oscars just makes me shudder now. I used to enjoy them, but then I met someone named Koho,
Oh,
and he's ruined it for me.
I thought you met me, and then I talked you out of the insanity you were living in.
You hate a lot of things I like, and whatever. 5.
I like Oscar Madison in The Odd Couple.
2, 1. Pens down. Let's start with Matthew
Quantum of Solace?
and Garth.
I went with The World Is Not Enough for the bet.
And your winner, Matthew Chen. Yes, the answer was Quantum of Solace. So, Nick, thoughts on the match?
Good match, well-placed challenge. Garth able to make the match go a little bit longer. Garth really dominating round 1, Matthew really dominating round 2, and then making it close in round 3. It was really exciting all around.
Yeah, no, it looked like it was going one way for one part and then another, the other. It was just like going back and forth. Those are the good types of matches. So I'm very happy about that. Let's get started by talking to Garth. Garth, like Nick said, well-placed challenge when you needed to get the match to keep going. But unfortunately, Fandom Oscars, like you said, not your favorite, not the best. So that kind of is what ended it. But how are you feeling about the match?
Okay, I wish I had, on the MCU, I wish I had gone to multiple choice more when I wasn't 100%. Like the who lifted in the Mjolnir in what order. I was like, well, okay, I know all the people who tried to lift it, but what order? I should have gone multiple on that. Stuff like that. So I gave him some steals. I gave him 2-point steals, so that was huge. And he was great on Pixar, so I didn't get really any chances there. And then for the N1, maybe I should have just written the name of the place. Maybe I should have just written Green Dragon, and that would have worked. So it, hindsight's 2020, but overall it was not a total landslide. I could have bet more on the last round, but that's about it.
Yeah, absolutely. So unfortunately, this does mean you're out of the tournament, but you're only 1-1. Not a bad record at all to start out. So we will see you again in singles. Is there anybody you're looking to play when you come back?
No, pretty much same attitude as last time. Give me someone who's got a record of 1-5 or something if you got one. Whoever's the worst of the worst. Yeah.
That's fair. That a lot of people have been saying that this season, so I don't know how many of those we can make happen, but we'll see what we can do. Garth, you played really great today, so this was definitely a great match to start off the tournament with. So thank you. We will see you next time. Let's move over to Mr. Chen. Now 2-0, moving on to round 2 of the tournament. Guys, how are we feeling about the match?
Yeah, round 1. Not our best. A lot of the categories that we didn't really want to see show up ended up showing up, and then Matthew, I think, played the round 2 of his life, picking up 4 points and steals off Garth, and then running through Pixar. When Garth got Spinner's Choice, I thought that could have been the end of it, but Matthew proven that a match is not 1 in 1 round; it's 1 in 3, and yeah, I'm very impressed. I'm very happy with how that went, with how that worked out.
Yeah, no, I'm really happy about the round 2. Like round 1, only scoring 3 points. There were some that I thought I maybe should have gotten, but didn't end up happening. But I mean, I'm really happy about my round 2 with Pixar after the last Fandom match that
you swung 8 points between round 1 and round 2. Like that's very impressive.
Yeah. So, guys, this means you move on in the tournament. Nick, I have no idea what his options are next because I don't have it open. So tell me.
So you're to keep things mysterious, since your opponent could be someone who played a week ago. Given that you and Garth were in the middle, that means you now play the winner of the people on the ends of the seating. So you will either play the loser of the last singles titles match, myself or Thomas Scully, or the second place finisher of the 5-way play-in, Regev Ben Vase. Those are your 3 options.
All right, so those are 2 options.
Going the way they should, we'll be seeing Nick TWOHIG.
I'm legally required. We know who the number 1 seed is. Haha. But guys, I'm looking forward to seeing you guys in round 2. Matthew, you played really well today. So congratulations. We'll see you very, very soon for that. Nick, any final thoughts?
Great match to kick things off. Excited to see what happens next. Only a few people this year or ever are able to start out 2-0, so that's an accomplishment for Matthew already. And Garth shouldn't hang his head. He played great.
Absolutely. So that's going to do it for us today at Fandom Fights. But guys, lots of matches in round one of the tournament in both singles and teams coming very, very soon for you. We got like 4 matches a weekend coming up pretty much for the next month or so. So be on the lookout for those as we rock and roll through this 32-person tournament. So we'll see you with the next match later today. Thank you to Garth. Thank you to Holtzman and Matthew, Nick, from myself and all those people. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you next time. Bye.
We're so glad you came. Bye-bye. 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 Bye-bye now. Bye. Bye-bye. Remember, please discard all candy wrappers and popcorn containers in the nearest trash receptacle. Thank you. Okay, bye-bye now. Bye-bye. Bye. Okay. Are they all gone? Is everybody gone? Huh?